Good afternoon. Today is the 24th of September, although you'll probably be seeing this on the 25th, and it's time to talk about a subject that I'm not aware a lot of people are actually au fait with at the moment, and it's something I think could affect a lot of us, and that is Hammersmith and Fulham's decision to make certain roads in Fulham what are called low traffic neighbourhoods. Now you're probably thinking, I don't really live anywhere near London. I avoid the congestion charges. I avoid the Oxford emission zone. What on earth has this got to do with me? Well, it's a precedent that has happened over the last few months that I think a lot of councils might actually follow. And I first heard about this because a friend of mine, who I sourced a car for earlier this year, he lives in southwest London, and quite recently he drove down a back street in Fulham, and a fine turned up in the post for £130, which was then reduced to £65 because he paid within, I think, 14 days. What has happened is that in an effort apparently to reduce congestion on the back streets, Hammersmith and Fulham Council have made certain roads, and there's 5 of them, we'll get to which ones exactly they are in a moment. They've made 5 roads what are called low traffic neighbourhoods. And this is more than just a restricted junction or one of those kind of places where you find a physical barrier in the way of a car trying to get through. It's actually a little bit cleverer than that. What they do is they get everybody in the road to sign up for a permit, an electronic permit, and record registration number of their cars into a database. Now, if your car's in the database because you live there, then you drive down the road, no problem, nothing happens. But if your car is not registered in the database as having permission to go there, I think you have to buy a permit for this as well, then you get the fine. It's like the cameras that control the congestion charge in the ultra emission zone, and so they know who you are or where your car's registered to, and they'll send you a fine in the post. Why they have to do this and not just, I don't know, put up a barrier or put a restricted junction in. I mean, I live on a road with a restricted junction in Eastleigh, and you can only turn left out of one end of the road. So it works quite well for us in a way, but you do have to drive, all the way around if you want to go the other way out of the road. But, it's a small price to pay, I suppose, for not having it being used as a rat run. And they could have just done that in Fulham, but they haven't. The thing is about this, the ultra-low emission zone, which was introduced last year and had been on the cards for a couple of years before that, it's not just something really that affects London, because a lot of other places have come up with clean air zones, like Birmingham, Bristol, and a lot of other places. And so what happens in London might well be coming to a place near you in the future. The area this is in, and this will only really make sense to you if you do live in London, is an area in Fulham just to the north of the Thames, in the vicinity of Wandsworth Bridge Road and New King's Road. Going south from New King's Road, because the roads are like that, the road at the south of here, this is Wandsworth Bridge Road, and this is the New King's Road. And if we're just looking at a normal sort of north, south, east, west, on this side here, this side of Wandsworth Bridge Road, this is where restricted roads are, and they are Harwood Terrace, Bagley's Lane, Broughton Road, Hazelbury Road, and Imperial Road. And it's not even the fact that you can't go, either way. Harwood Terrace is only westbound, apparently, where this restriction's in place, so it's actually very complicated. My friend was obviously, horrified. He's been driving in London for absolutely years and years and years, and he didn't realise what was going on. And I don't think ignorance, unfortunately, is going to get him off his fine, but that's why he paid it. But with a lot of the bridges in London, like Vauxhall Bridge, I think Hammersmith Bridge as well, a lot of them are closed for repairs and things like that. Wandsworth Bridge Road itself is down to one lane. It really means that traffic is pretty bad in this area. And Hammersmith and Fulham Council are actually calling this a traffic reduction plan. Whereas what's really happened is that it's forced all the cars that use the little shortcuts in the backstreets of Fulham back onto the main roads, which, in addition to having Wandsworth Bridge down to one lane only at the moment, is made the traffic really, really bad. And this is not a popular thing. I don't really know if a lot of you would be aware of this. I've checked on various websites. The best information I found is the Daily Mail, which isn't particularly always the most reliable source of information, but for whatever reason I can't find much other information about this. The plan comes from the Hammersmith and Fulham Council website, so I'm sure it's a proper thing, but yeah, this is just weird. So this zone where the 5 roads are, the low traffic neighbourhoods, this is actually going to be in the ultra emission zone from October 2021. I really don't think that councils in London really want you to drive anywhere nearby at all. So yeah, it's not, I would say, going to be the most popular thing, and it's kind of been quite sneakily done. I don't know quite what legislation is that allows them to do something like this, and I think this is the first time we've ever seen this in this country. But yeah, if you are unfamiliar with the area, trying to find your way around, you get lost, and suddenly you end up getting a fine just because you drove down the wrong street. Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what happened with my friend. He was just trying to, cut round and get round the horrendous traffic along the New King's Road, and that's what happened to him. So yes, from 2021, this is well within the South Circular, so this is going to be in the ultra low emission zone. The congestion charge zone, it's not going to be extended as far as this at the moment, but the cost of driving in London is just getting higher and higher all the time. And, I don't think really they particularly want you to do it. I think they want you to take public transport. And at the moment, a lot of people don't really want to take public transport because of the risks involved in this situation we're in the world at the moment. So, not perhaps the best idea to introduce this at the moment, given, the bridge closures and everything else. But I'm interested to hear from you, particularly if you do live in London, and maybe even in Hammersmith and Fulham, if this is something that you encourage or something that you think is a terrible idea. I won't say exactly what I, think in conclusion of that, but I'll leave the floor open to all of you. So thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more updates on this and other interesting motoring issues. Please don't forget to like this video, leave a comment below, switch on notifications if you'd like to do so, because that does really help. And I've got a Facebook page, facebook.com/Lloyd Vehicle Consulting, and also Instagram, instagram.com/Lloyd_vehicle_consulting. Thank you.